Hi, I'm Alex Burst.
I'm Noah Zingarelli.
And welcome to Conscious Kitchen, where we teach you fun, delicious, and nutritious plant-based recipes. Today's episode might be my favorite because we're making desserts. I myself absolutely have a sweet tooth, so this episode is for people like me. And we're gonna be making 3 different desserts today. So starting with a salted almond coconut fudge. Then we're gonna make some date pistachio balls and some Snicker stuffed dates. So, what should we start with?
Well, I'm gonna start to stuff the dates for the date Snickers.
Okay.
And I'm gonna stuff it with some peanut butter and some almond butter. And first thing to do, most of the time, unless you get pitted dates, the dates will come with a pit in them. So I'm just gonna slice them open. You don't wanna cut all the way through, but I'm just gonna remove that pit. Check, sometimes it has like a little bit of the stem still attached. So just gonna get it a little open, get a little pocket. I wanna go through all these dates and do that. Once I'm done, I'm gonna start to stuff them. Now, another thing about opening dates, especially dates like this, you wanna check for, occasionally there's a little bit of black mold in there, which you do not wanna eat. It's terrible taste, so.
It's rare, but when it happens,
Yeah, there's not that
no
many,
bueno.
but it's worth opening your dates a little bit to take a peek before you open them.
It's also good to get dates that have the pit in it because it retains a lot more moisture. When
That's
you
true.
buy pitted dates, they tend to be really dry. So this is the way to go. So while Noah starts pitting our dates and stuffing them, I'm gonna get started on our fudge. So I have moldy one.
Yeah, I got a little
Good.
black mold there, I don't know.
See? Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what you do not want to eat right there. So I'm gonna just discard this one.
Yeah, so whenever you're using dates for any kind of recipe, if you're not stuffing them, make sure you open them up because that does occasionally happen and it's not fun to bite into. So I'm gonna start making our fudge here. What I have in the pan right now is 3/4 a cup of full fat coconut milk and 3 tablespoons of coconut oil. So I wanna bring that just to a boil. Turn up the heat a little bit. You can also do this in a double boiler. Both methods work. I've done both. Today I decided to go this route. So with this, I have 3 cups of Enjoy Life chocolate chips. This is my personal favorite brand. It's dairy-free, soy-free, nut-free, pretty much all allergen-free. They're so good. I like the mini ones. So this is just about bubbling. I'm gonna turn up the heat one more time. And I'm just gonna start to slowly add in my chocolate chips. Right, the coconut oil and the coconut milk are what are going to give our fudge that fudgy texture because we're gonna pop these in the fridge and once coconut oil is cold, you know, it hardens. So these are a dessert that need to be kept cold, not great for a hot summer day, but you're gonna get that desired fudgy texture. So I'm just adding a little bit at a time. I've got my muffin or cupcake liner ready. And this is a really great dessert because it's literally 3 ingredients and then you choose the toppings. Today we've got some crushed up toasted almonds and peanuts and a little bit of flake salt. Salty and sweet together. So good. I also really love to make these during the holidays. I make like a peppermint chocolate peppermint fudge. I'll add in a little bit of peppermint extract and then crush up candy canes to put on top. Really beautiful. I'm a big mint chocolate person.
Same.
So
Mint
that's
chocolate
fun.
chip used to be my favorite ice cream flavor.
It's
for the longest time. I know
my
it's
whole
yours.
life. Yeah. My mom told me that when she was pregnant with me, she had mint chocolate chip ice cream like every night. So it was destined to happen.
You know what my favorite flavor is now though?
What?
Fish food. Fish food. And Ben & Jerry's makes a vegan version of fish food now, which is honestly,
And a mint Oreo.
It's not as good as the original, but it's pretty darn good.
Pretty darn good. All right, so this is looking pretty good here.
All right,
Look at
nice. I've got the dates.
Nice.
Got the dates split up here.
All right, I'm gonna finish this real quick and then I will come join you.
Okay, I'm gonna get stuff in here. So, I've noticed myself lately, peanut butter has been giving me a hard time. I don't think I have a full allergy, but I notice when I'm eating peanut butter, my throat just gets a little scratchy. So, we're making some almond butter stuffed here. I don't have any problem with almond butter. Almond butter is my friend. Peanut butter, I love it, but Seems to not love me, but
Alright.
it's the better one in my opinion, but I'm gonna have the almond butter later.
I transferred our fudge into a measuring cup. I've done this before with a scooper. I decided today I wanted to try a measuring cup because it's got a little spout. So I'm just gonna pour a little bit into our cupcake liners. This should make a dozen. And we can go back and add more if we want. Because of the coconut oil, we don't even need to spray our liners. The fudge will just pop right out. Without fail, I always make a mess when I'm doing this, so we're on the right track.
That's right, it's a delicious cleanup.
True.
I have a tendency to overstuff these dates. You don't wanna you don't wanna overstuff them because they just get a little too squishy, but about a teaspoon of the butter, nut butter can go in there and.
If you have a nut allergy, sun butter is a really great substitute.
What's sun butter made from?
Sunflower seeds.
Sunflower seeds. I didn't know that was a thing until I did.
Yeah, and also we have done a variation of these stuffed dates like an almond joy. So we make a coconut butter and stuff the dates with that, add a little toasted almond in there. Always a fan favorite.
All right, got the almond done. I'm going in for the peanut butter.
Right, we are just about full with our fudge. I'm not gonna lie, the first time I ever made this recipe, my mom and I ate the entire batch in one night. It is that good.
Yeah, it's very addicting.
Oh my gosh. And, I mean, still wanna be mindful of what we're eating, but knowing that there's just 3 ingredients, don't feel bad eating them. Okay, that worked out pretty perfectly. Just gonna top off some
Yeah,
of
I would
these.
say all these desserts are pretty guilt-free. You know, especially the dates. They're very sweet, but it's you're still getting the fiber of the fruit, even though they're dried. So that sugar is not hitting your blood right away. It's breaking down slowly with the fiber from the date.
I'm gonna smack this real quick.
Okay.
Try to get these leveled out. Sorry, that was too loud. And then I'm gonna do half with crushed almonds, half with crushed peanuts, and then a little sea salt on top. And then we'll throw it right into the fridge and get onto our next. Like literally, how easy was that?
So easy.
As Ina would say.
We love Ina.
We do. So we're also going to coat these stuffed dates in chocolate, obviously, since it's supposed to be like a Snickers. So in this pan, which I'm gonna turn on,
Yeah, let's get that heated
we
up.
have just some more of those Enjoy Life chocolate chips and a couple tablespoons of coconut oil. When you're doing like a melted chocolate, you want some kind of oil in there. It's gonna help the chocolate from seizing. It's gonna give it like that nice glossy sheen. All right, that's half. Yum, yum.
I loved Snickers growing up too. Like we'd buy the little snack size and throw them in the freezer. Oh my gosh, so good.
This is basically that, but like Noah said, guilt-free, cruelty-free, yum yum in my tum-tum. Okay, these look excellent. I'm gonna throw a little sea salt on top. This flake salt really is such a nice topping to add to pretty much everything. It just looks fancy. A little extra salt to bring out the flavors.
I feel like salt has really, in like, I don't know, last several years now, really gotten to like a new appreciation, you know, for all kinds of like salted caramel.
Check it out.
A new flake salt.
Got a little zoom in here of our fudge. We're gonna throw this into the fridge, and it really doesn't take that long to firm up.
Oh, that looks good. Okay. So now I'm gonna start to skewer these dates with the nut butter in there. That'll make it easier to dip into our chocolate.
And I'm gonna see.
I see the oil starting to melt. Should we do 2 on a skewer or 1?
Yeah, do 2.
Yeah, I think that's what we did last time.
The skewers just help to dip. Maybe you can figure out a better method for this, but somehow I always make a mess. The skewers kind of help to keep everything together.
It's a little guy.
Oh. Right, so this is like a chocolate fondue. I mean, how can you not be happy with that? We're also gonna add, once we're done with the chocolate, I'll move these over here and sprinkle a little bit of the chopped peanuts and chopped almonds and some sea salt on top. So very similar vibe to a lot of these desserts. But these are some of our absolute favorites. We make them all the time. I love to just have a sweet treat available in the fridge because like I said, these are pretty good for you. So I don't feel bad. I, hit that craving with my sweet tooth. And I'm not like binging on any kind of processed sugars.
I think too, if you have kids, this would be a fun activity on a rainy day. Like, let's make some fun desserts and you can get the kids involved.
Totally.
And they'll love it. I mean, who doesn't love a good treat like this?
All right, so our chocolate is almost fully melted here.
It melted quickly, didn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't take much. And the oil, as you can see, there's like a nice sheen to this. Without the oil, it would start to kind of seize up, which we do not want.
All right, we got our dates skewered.
All right, let's give this 10 more seconds here.
Okay.
One last little nugget of coconut oil in the center.
Want to move this over there, or we're leaving here?
I think we could do it right here.
Okay, perfect.
Move this over.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll do the almond. You want to do the peanut?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just going to coat the back. There is no right or wrong way to do this. You just want to get a lot of chocolate. Yum. And we are going to throw these in the freezer, so if you leave the skewers in, that's fine. They just are a little hard to get out once they're frozen. But I like to leave them on. Drizzle some chocolate on for you.
There we go. Teamwork. Okay. Bring that on there. So yeah, like you said before, we've made these with coconut, stuffed with coconut butter, which I didn't know this, but you can just buy coconut flake, put it in a food processor, and just whirl it around until it actually turns into a butter.
Just like how you would make peanut butter or almond butter, make the coconut butter. You can sweeten it a little bit with like stevia or maple syrup, but I think it's plenty sweet on its own. Yum.
Yeah, so good.
And then up next, we're gonna make Noah's infamous date pistachio balls.
Yeah, so I'll talk a little bit about it in a minute, but this is a great recipe. Again, very simple ingredients. This is a Middle Eastern dish in origin. It's come from that part of the world, and so it's got a lot of those spices in it. It's got dates, of course, pistachios, and it's real easy to make. And there's a lot of varieties of it too. I'm going to show you a very simple one today, but you can add all kinds of different spices if you want. It's really chef's choice, but another just easy to make and no baking involved treat. All right.
Perfect. So I'm gonna bring these over here and top them. Let's see if I can remember which ones. Okay, these are almond. I'm gonna put some chopped nuts on top. Yum.
Looking good, looking good. All right, so I'm gonna get started with the date pistachio balls while Alex is getting those finished off. So, our two main ingredients are pistachios and dates. I went ahead and took the pits out of these already, so they're good to go. And these pistachios are roasted and salted. So if you get roasted and salted, you don't need to add any salt to this recipe. So we're gonna start with these. It's about a cup of pistachios into our food processor. And you want to grind the pistachio into a fine meal, not so fine that you don't want to because we're going to mix the dates in as well. But you want to grind it down pretty well. So I'm just going to start with a pulse just to get it going here. I think that's pretty good. I'll show you what that looks like. I don't know if you can get like an overhead of that, but it's about what you want the pistachios ground down to, what that looks like. Okay, so I'm gonna put that back on. I'm gonna add our spices. So a little bit of cinnamon and a little bit of turmeric. I've got a teaspoon of cinnamon and half a teaspoon of turmeric.
That's it. 4 ingredients in this recipe, and this is one of those desserts that, I don't know, it's not one that I like think to go for, but every time I have it, I'm like, wow.
Yeah, everyone
This is a
loves
winner.
this one. So I'm just gonna mix the spice now with the chopped up pistachios. Don't want to overmix it again. Just to have it well incorporated. Okay. Pop this off. We're gonna now add our dates. So this is about 12 dates. So anywhere from 8 to 12 dates. These are pretty moist dates. So that's gonna help us when we're gonna form these into little balls in a second.
They're gonna bind really well.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna let this run now. It's getting there. The dates still need to break up a little bit. It's gonna start to form into almost a paste, like it's getting there. Add a little water. You can add a little water so that it comes together. I've got a little water here. I'm just gonna keep the processor running.
Like Noah said, some dates have a little bit more moisture than others, so you can see if you're gonna need to add water or not. The tiniest little bit will do.
I'm just gonna see. So that looks pretty good. That's come together nice. It's not overmixed. It's holding well, so it's going to be easy to form into our little balls. If you find that it's too dry, you can add more water. If you add too much water, you can just add some more pistachios and mix it in, and voila, that'll be it. All right, so I'm going to start to form these into the little balls.
Let me have it clear.
Thank you.
So balls are such a great sweet treat option, and typically the base will be some kind of nut and dates. We do a version with cashews and carobs. I've had almond date balls that taste like brownie bites. Like, this is a great way to get started, and then just start to add one more ingredient, take one away. You cannot mess these up. They are always good and always a crowd pleaser.
So this scoop is about a tablespoon. That's a good size for the balls. And
Trusty little scoop.
yeah, so about that, and just kind of roll it with your hands, wearing some gloves.
Voila.
There we go. So I'm gonna ball these up, and
I can help you.
okay, so I'm gonna scoop. Alex can start to ball.
They're also so beautiful. If you can get a close-up here, like the bright green from the pistachio really comes through.
Yeah.
That's why you don't want to pulverize them completely. It's nice to see all these little bits, and then you get a bit of a crunch with each bite.
And again, get quality ingredients. These are very fresh dry dates, if that's a thing. But you want to get really quality. They're organic, and it makes a difference in the taste.
Totally. So in less than 30 minutes, we have basically assembled 3 different desserts, and we're gonna put them together on a little board in just a moment. The dates are in the freezer. The fudge should be coming together in the fridge. Might need a little bit longer. You can always pop it back in the fridge or the freezer, but this is a great trio to serve at a dinner party, to bring to work, a bake sale, bring over to friends.
It's a great snack on the go too. I mean, it's
Yeah.
a sweet treat, but if you think about the ingredients, you've got nuts, dates, and a little spice, and that's really it. So
I mean, if we wanted to get really crazy, we could take this leftover chocolate here and drizzle a little
that's
bit.
what I'm talking about. Chef's choice. We might have just invented a new dish here.
New dessert.
Yeah, but these are great. Maybe after a workout, you need a quick little boost of energy. You got protein, you got a little sugar boost. And they're very, very versatile.
Dates are super versatile. We make a date caramel sauce. I like to put a little bit of miso in there so you get that same kind of salty sweet vibe. But once you go plant-based, once you go like no more processed. Dates are a great source of sugar and sweetness to add into dishes, blend into a dressing. Again, super versatile.
Yeah.
It's made quite a bit.
I know. I
Fabulous.
think we did well. We decided to add a little extra date than normal, and I think that was a good call.
Yeah. Again, dates always come different sizes. So sometimes you might need a little more, sometimes you might need a little less. Don't be afraid to play around and change up the recipe if it's needed. Once we're done here, I'm gonna pull our other desserts. I'm so excited for this.
Me too. And so is the LTV staff. I'm sure they are salivating in the control room. All right, I think that is gonna do it. There's not quite enough here for a full one, so I'm gonna put that off to the side.
All right, let's see. I'm gonna pull our other desserts. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Looking good over there.
Yeah, these could probably go for like another minute or so in here, but
So we've got our beautifully formed balls here. They, you know, as Alex said, they look great. You can really see the pistachios, and it's interesting to add turmeric to this. It gives it a little extra flavor. The cinnamon really works well with the dates and pistachios. The pistachios were already salted, like I said, so you don't have to add any salt. And we're gonna let them settle. You know, these are kind of things too, the longer they sit, the flavors all sort of start to awaken together and incorporate. They really work in a great synergy together. So excited to try these. I always love making these.
Ooh, these fudge could definitely sit a little bit longer in the freezer, but I'll
Okay.
pull one out so you can see.
All right.
I'm gonna throw some balls in the center there.
I would love to. They're sticky, so I'm gonna wear gloves. Now, look at this dessert board. I mean, my God.
Yeah. Yeah, baby. These look excellent.
You know, I know it's two of us, but we did that pretty quickly. And you can throw this together so easily if you have some guests coming over.
And we could probably eat this whole thing pretty quickly, the two of us as well.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Do
Let's
one
get
more.
a nice little shot here. Check this out. 3 different desserts in all of 20-30 minutes. You can see there's a nice sheen on here, so I would have probably let those sit in the refrigerator or freezer for a bit longer. But overall, we're in good shape, and I think it's time to test, to taste.
Yeah.
Ooh. All right.
I don't know where to start, but I'm gonna start. Yeah, I'm starting here.
Every time. I'm always like so surprised.
Yeah. You don't think it's gonna taste as good as it does. And then you
Because
try
it's so simple, but I think that's what makes it. The less ingredients, the more they're able to shine. These will hold in the fridge for up to about 2 weeks in an airtight container. The fudge will last in the freezer for a very long time, like up to a month at least. The dates, I guarantee you they won't last longer than a week in your house because they're that good.
None of this is lasting longer than a week in our house, let's be honest.
Yeah, for real. So hopefully you try these, make some of your own variations. You can easily put some crushed pistachios on top of the Snickers. You can do coconut. You can make all different variations of the fudge. You could make a fudge like a Reese's cup, stuff it with some peanut butter, get creative, and enjoy. We absolutely love these. We're gonna start working on this plate right here in a bit. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
Cheers.
Cheers.